What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel, Film Study for Rookies. Today we're breaking down Chiefs receivers Justyn Ross and Rashee Rice. Now, yes, technically Ross isn't a rookie, but he was ineligible last year, so for today's video he's a rookie. Let's jump into play number one. We're going to start with Ross and then move on to Rice. Let's get it. First play right here, we got Ross, who's actually going to end up being one-on-one with the DB. Take a look at this play right here because there's a lot to break down. Ooh, what a catch, man. Let's break this thing down. The first thing we're going to see pre-snap is Harrison Smith is going to come down, acting like potentially man-to-man against Ross. But as you're going to see right here, they're going to bring Tony in motion. Harrison Smith is going to drop back. This DB right here is going to pick up Ross right here. Take a look at this. We're going to pause it right here. So as you can see right here, guys, the ball's being snapped. Harrison Smith is right here. He could easily backtrack and get over here, but Mahomes does a great job looking him off. The other thing to point out is right here with the DB. The DB is giving Ross inside release, right? He's like, if you want to go inside, knock yourself out, I've got safety help over the top. Acts like he's going inside. Watch this head movement right here. Whoop, got him. And then this catch on top of that. Woo, man, this is why the Chiefs signed him, guys. Now we're going to jump to play number two. Right here is about a 5-yard hitch. DB's playing pretty far off. Justyn Ross does a great job selling vertical. Comes back down and does the hitch route. Let's take another look at this. So as we break this play down, the first thing I notice is the DB is playing about 7-8 yards off. Mahomes sees that, automatically going to Ross. Take a look at that. Doesn't look anywhere else, immediately goes to Ross. And take a look at this anticipation. As we take a closer look at the anticipation, take a look right here. He's ready to throw it right here, and Ross isn't even fully out of his cut yet, man. The other thing is, this could have been even quicker. The snap's actually kind of low, as you're going to see right there, right? If that snap was in the right place, that throw probably comes out even quicker. Whew. So far, Justyn's looking good. Let's keep this thing going, man. So far, so good. Now we're going to jump to play number three with Ross right here. Take a look at this. Mahomes gets a low-high read with Pacheco and Ross, and it looks like the timing is a little bit off. Let's break this thing down. So as we take a look at this play pre-snap, Vikings look to potentially be in a cover 2 right here, maybe. Bang, bang, bang. Or maybe a cover 4, right? You never know with the Vikings. They like to sit in the house, so who knows what kind of defense they're in, right? Mahomes is going to make a couple adjustments. He's going to send Pacheco from here to over here. Take a look at this. Sends Pacheco over. Now Kelce's going to come in for a second. Mahomes is eventually going to tell him to go back out. My thoughts are if Kelce was going to stay here, it was probably going to be a run play. You have the tackle, push up to the linebacker right there, backside. Kelce clears this play side. Take the receiver right here, and he hits the linebacker. But as you're going to see, Mahomes actually motions Kelce back out here. Take a look at that. Sends him back out. The other person to watch is Harrison Smith. He's going to come down here. I think he's going to try and be sneaky. But Mahomes is going to see that. And here's how you know. Take a look at this. Now once the ball is snapped, you're going to see Harrison's going to bail right here. Take a look at this. Ball is snapped. Bam, Harrison bails. Now that's who Mahomes is watching. He doesn't want to make it too obvious that he wants to go to Ross right here. Otherwise, Harrison's going to turn that thing around and bang. Pick it off, incomplete pass, whatever it may be, right? He wants to stare at Harrison. That way Harrison keeps drifting over here. Then he gets the high-low read, right? Take a look at this. Bam. He got Harrison to drift all the way over here. So we went from here all the way over here. Probably looking like cover 3 right here. So he has this third. He has this third. He has this third. He knows this DB right here is going to bail. Gives him a high-low read. Depending on what this linebacker does, he's going to play short. Bam. We go to Ross right there. Looks to be a curl route. And he just doesn't hold on to it. When it's all said and done, man, Mahomes does a great job looking off Harrison, as you're going to see. Ross runs a great route, just unfortunately doesn't come away with it. Let's go to the next one. Right here is going to be our last play for Ross. We're going to let it run, break it down after. Tony in motion once again. We get the one-on-one. Unfortunately, we just don't come down with it. Let's break down this play real quick. So once the ball is snapped, as you're going to see here, Mahomes gets the exact matchup he wants. This linebacker has two choices. Does he pick up Gray right there? Or does he turn around and pick up Ross? If he picks up Ross, bam, we're going Gray over the top. But as you can see, he's running to pick up Gray. He knows he has that slant route right there. With this linebacker having his back turned to Ross, there's no way he's going to be able to do anything. Unfortunately, I think Ross just slows down right here. I think that timing just has to get worked on. If Ross was going full speed, that's probably 6 to be honest. But as you're going to see, I think Ross just slows down, anticipating it sooner. It's just all about timing, guys. But overall, man, whoo, Like I said, Mahomes got exactly what he wanted. This linebacker had to choose Gray or Ross. Chose Gray. I think 6 was there. Just all about timing. Let's check out Rice now. So now we're going to jump into Rashee Rice right here. We're running stack formation. Him and Tony on the right side. Mahomes checks it down to him. Goes from really nothing to about 3 or 4 yards. Let's take another look at this. So what the Chiefs do right here is they run a little hitch route, bang, and a little flat route. Usually forcing the DB to either pick up the hitch or go low and pick up the flat. So once the ball is snapped, as you're going to see, the backer immediately goes to Kelce. If he goes to the outside, bam, defensive back has that. And the defensive back can also pick up the flat route. So pretty much the left side. So as we look to the right, as of right now, Tony's picked up by the DB. The little bubble route, that's pretty much picked up. Mahomes has nothing. Now if we pause it right here, you're going to see a cover 2 defense. The DB essentially gives the outside receiver to the safety right there. He's going to peel off that. Now Mahomes wants Tony to keep running, as you're going to see, right? But Tony kind of wants the ball there. I think he's anticipating the DB dropping back down to pick up Rice. But as you're going to see, he doesn't. Mahomes checks it down to Rice right there. Rice is going to catch it about, what, the 37, 38. Gets a few yards on that, man. Good stuff. Let's keep it going. On this play, once again, we got Rice in that stack formation. Take a look at this. A little RPO. Bam. Checks it down to Rice from the 30 down to about the 35, 37-yard line. Let's take another look at this. So as we take a look at this play pre-snap, you got Pacheco over here, but watch what happens. You're going to see the Vikings take all their big boys right here, especially, and bring them over here. Now watch what Mahomes does. He sees that. He's like, all right, Pacheco, come over here. Activate bubble screen, as you're going to see right here. Take a look at this. Mahomes sees that. He's like, all right, I see the defense. I know exactly what I want. Take a look at this. Bang, bang, woo. And Rice just turns it on, man. Rice just turns it on, as you're going to see. He's going to catch it at, what, the 26, 27. Great play right there. Let's keep it going. All right, guys. Now we're going to jump to our next play. Woo! Rice and Mahomes both look nasty on this play. You know we're going to break it down after. Woo! Great route. Great catch. Great throw. Let's break this thing down. So as we break this play down, the first thing I notice is single high safety in the middle of the field. Now that tells me a potentially cover 3, bang, 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 right? Or could be man-to-man. Could be cover 1, right? But as you're going to see, once the play develops, he's going to rotate over here. You got this DB, he's going to drop back. The Vikings are actually going to rotate into a cover 2. Take a look at this. Once the ball is snapped, bam, he's going to drop back over here. He's going to drop back right there. All right. Vikings are in a cover 2. Now, Mahomes doesn't know that for sure because this could be a cover 3, right? This DB bailing could easily be cover 3. Mahomes is going to see this linebacker pick up Rice. Take a look at this. He's going to see this linebacker pick up Rice. He's like, all right, that's in my back pocket. Now, how do I know he's thinking that? Take a look at this real quick. Then he's going to look over here on his left and figure out, what is this DB doing? Is it man? Is it zone? Sees its zone coverage. Looks to the safety. He's like, all right, that safety is going over there. And then immediately comes back to Rice, as you're going to see. Woo! Watch how fast he looked at all of his reads. Take a look at this again. So take a look right here. He starts off looking at Rice. Goes back to his left. He's like, all right, I'm watching the DB. How's he playing it? Looks to be zone. Looks to the safety. And then immediately comes back to Rice. Guys, that is nuts. Let's keep this thing going. Now we're going to jump to the next play with Rice right here. Take a look at this. Bring Watson in motion. Woo! He just cut it a little short. We're going to run it back and take a look at this and break it down. So as we break this play down, the first thing to notice is Watson coming in motion. Smith is going to follow. Now this potentially could be bad. Smith following Watson, 3 defenders, only 2 receivers. But take a look what happens. Watson goes in motion. Ball is snapped right here. Bang, bang. As you're going to see, Chiefs get what they want potentially. They get a flat right here and a slant. So there's 2 ways to look at this. If this DB were to play the slant, bam, over the top, that's 6, right? Because he would pick up the flat. This DB does a pretty good job right here, as you're going to see. Now, I think the throw was there, but unfortunately, Rice came hard off that turn and almost runs right into the DB, as you're going to see. If he were to round that thing out a little bit more, I think that's a money shot, guys. But have no fear, because right here, Rice for 6. I'm sure you guys have seen this already. Let's take another look at this. Once again, bring Watson in motion. That tells Mahomes man-to-man, and that's 6 on the board. Let's break down our last play. Once the ball is snapped, watch Watson right here. Take a look at this. Immediate burst release to the outside. The other 2 guys right here, bang and bang, they're kind of going upfield. Watson, immediate burst release to the outside. Now, as we let the play develop, you're going to see why. Take a look at this. Play develops. Look at the safety. He's going over here, and he starts to come down, as you're going to see right here. Take a look at that. He wants to jump that right there. He wants to jump Watson. Now, what does that do for Rice? Well, since Watson took the safety over here, no one's going to be able to impact Rice if he gets inside release, and as you're going to see, he does, and that's 6 on the board. Let's run this thing back one more time so you guys can see. DB's going to press Rice, as you're going to see. He beats the press. Watson takes the safety all the way over here, and that's 6 on the board. I hope you guys have enjoyed the video. Stay tuned. More content coming soon.